Their urgency is not your emergency. When a manipulator speeds up, the ultimate power move is to drastically slow down. One of the most effective, highly damaging weapons in the arsenal of a master manipulator is the manufactured emergency. You see this constantly in toxic workplaces and dysfunctional relationships. The frantic boss who demands a completely unreasonable task to be done by 5 p.m. on a Friday. The dramatic partner who sends a barrage of hysterical text messages, demanding an immediate response to a problem that does not actually exist. They are intentionally injecting high-voltage chaos into your peaceful environment, and they are doing it for a very specific, dark psychological reason. Understand the ego behind the chaos. For a covert narcissist or a toxic manipulator, peace is terrifying. In a peaceful environment, they are ordinary, but in a crisis, they become the absolute center of attention. They become the director of the movie, and you are reduced to a background extra scrambling on their set. Manufactured emergencies are not about efficiency or solving real problems. They are pure, unfiltered ego trips. By forcing you to drop everything for their sudden demand, they are mathematically measuring their power over your life. Every time you sprint to put out their fake fire, you are feeding them a massive dose of narcissistic supply. You are proving that their artificial timeline is more important than your actual reality. Understand the neuroscience of a manufactured crisis. When someone approaches you with intense urgency, screaming, panicking, or demanding immediate action, your brain's amygdala is hijacked. Your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. Your fight-or-flight response is activated. And here is the fatal flaw of human biology. When you are in a state of adrenaline-fueled panic, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for critical thinking, logic, and setting boundaries, completely shuts down. You stop thinking rationally and you simply react. You become highly compliant. You agree to do things you would normally refuse, just to make the screaming and the panic stop. The manipulator knows this. They use urgency to bypass your security systems. If they gave you time to think, you would realize their demand is ridiculous. By making everything an emergency, they force you into a state of permanent submission. To defeat this tactic, you must master the high-level psychological art of temporal anchoring. You must become the absolute master of the timeline. The fundamental rule is this: the faster they spin, the slower you move. Let us walk through a high-stakes simulation. A toxic manager storms into your workspace. They are breathing heavily, waving papers, and speaking 100 miles an hour. They tell you that everything is falling apart, and you need to drop all your projects to fix their mistake right this second. The average person will catch their panic like a virus. They will start apologizing, typing frantically, and sacrificing their own peace to put out the manipulator's fake fire. The sovereign mind does the exact opposite. When they storm in, do not immediately stop what you are doing. Finish typing your sentence. Very slowly, turn your head to look at them. Make your physical movements incredibly deliberate, like you are moving underwater. Lower the volume and the pitch of your voice to a slow, deep, calming baritone. Look them dead in the eye and say, "I can see that you are highly stressed about this. Take a breath. Let's look at the actual timeline." This response is utterly devastating to a manipulator. You are actively refusing to absorb their chaotic energy. You are treating their massive crisis like a toddler having a tantrum over a spilled cup of milk. By physically and verbally slowing down the interaction, You are reclaiming the control panel of your own nervous system. You are forcing their fake emergency to hit a solid wall of cold, unbothered reality. They will hate this. They will try to ramp up the panic. They will say, "You don't understand. If this isn't done now, everything is ruined." Do not break your anchor. Hold the line of extreme slowness. Reply with, "I understand this feels urgent to you. However, my schedule dictates that I can review this at 10 a.m. tomorrow. If that does not work, you will need to assign it to someone else." You have completely sterilized the situation. You have separated their emotional hysteria from your professional obligation. You have established a hard boundary, not with anger, but with the terrifying, immovable force of absolute calm. Now let us pivot from the corporate world to the digital battlefield of personal relationships. This tactic is incredibly common in modern dating and toxic friendships. Imagine your phone suddenly lighting up with 8 consecutive text messages from a manipulator. They are demanding an immediate explanation for something entirely trivial. If you do not reply within 3 minutes, they follow up with a missed call and a passive-aggressive threat to end the relationship. This is a digital manufactured crisis. Your instinct is to immediately type out a massive paragraph defending yourself, desperate to soothe their sudden rage. Do not touch your phone. Let the screen go black. The silence is your shield. A true sovereign does not negotiate with digital terrorists. If someone tries to force you into a frantic text message war, you let them drown in their own monologue. You reply 4 hours later with a single, emotionally flat sentence. Whether in the office or on your phone, be prepared for the inevitable counterattack. In behavioral psychology, this is known as an extinction burst. When you suddenly stop rewarding their panic with your compliance, the manipulator's brain will short-circuit. They will not immediately respect your new boundary. Instead, they will drastically escalate the drama to force you back into your old, reactive habits. The boss might threaten your job. The toxic partner might threaten to leave. They will accuse you of being arrogant, lazy, or uncaring. This is the crucible. This is where your new identity is tested. If you flinch now, if you apologize and speed up, you teach them that their tantrums just need to be louder to control you. You must look at their escalating rage with the clinical detachment of a scientist observing an unpredictable insect. When you consistently deploy temporal anchoring, the dynamic shifts permanently. Toxic people are essentially energy vampires looking for a quick meal. When they realize that trying to panic you is like trying to light a match underwater, they will stop trying. It takes too much of their energy to get zero reaction from you. They will take their manufactured emergencies to a weaker, more reactive target. You are the architect of your own time. You dictate the pace of your reality. Never let a fool with a fake fire burn down your peaceful empire.